Love truly is a universal language. We all have some capacity to love, and almost all of us would like to see more love in the world. So why is it, if love is a universal language, and we all have some capacity to love, and we would all like to see more love in the world, why is it that we see more and more division instead of seeing more and more love? Almost every time we look at the news, we see one group in some form of attack over another group. And this attack can be verbal, but it can also be physical. Where does this division come from? You know, it seems like it comes from a couple of places. One place that it comes from is when one group thinks that their way of thinking is right, and another group's way of thinking is wrong. This type of thinking sets us up for conflict automatically, because anytime we're in an interaction with someone who has different thoughts or different opinions or different views than we do, there's going to be conflict in that interaction. Another place that this division comes from is when we actually think we are better than someone who is different than we are. You know, I'm really not sure why we would ever think that way. There are billions of people on the planet, and inside these billions of people, there are different cultural backgrounds, there are different family backgrounds, and there are different faith backgrounds. And each of those backgrounds bring its own set of values and expectations. If we know this, then why is it we tend to think that our own cultural and family and faith backgrounds are right and everybody else's are wrong? This type of thinking can also bleed over into other areas of our lives. It can make us think that we can't learn things from other people, when the reality is we can learn things from anyone. And when it comes to this topic, we could really learn a lesson from watching young children. Young children play and interact with each other without bias and without labels. When young children are interacting, they don't see cultural differences. They don't see different political affiliations. They don't see different sexual orientations. They don't see different religious preferences, and they don't see race. Many of these things that can give us adults so much difficulty in interacting with people who are different than we are. You know, unfortunately, as we grow into adults, we find it harder and harder to interact with people who are different than we are without labeling them. And usually these labels carry a negative connotation and they carry a negative bias, and this adds to the division that we see in the world today. Oftentimes these labels keep us from even trying to open our hearts and our minds to accept other people because of the bias that we have for that label. I used to be this way. I used to think that my way was the right way and others was the wrong way. I also used to put labels on people who were different than I was. And then several years ago, my heart and my mind were open to a different way of thinking. This change came about because I started interacting with people who were different cultural backgrounds than I was. I started interacting with people who had different religious preferences than I did. And I started interacting with people who had a different sexual orientation than I had. And this change of who I was around and the people that I interacted with brought a change in my heart and in my mind. It helped me to focus on love, and it helped me to focus on respecting other people's thoughts and respecting other people's opinions. No longer did I have to think that my way was the right way and their way was the wrong way. Now I could just think that we had different thoughts and we had different opinions. Maybe we just had different ways of getting to the same end. Now, I'm not saying that this change came easy, because it didn't. It took a lot of effort and it took a lot of hard work. But the effort and the hard work were definitely worth it, because it brought a peace and a love and a freedom to my life that I hadn't had before. Now, I'm not trying to say that what I have to say is going to be right for everybody, because I don't believe it will. And I'm not trying to say that what I'm going to say is right over what anybody else has to say, because I don't believe that to be true. I'm just hopeful that what I have to say can help others find the same peace and love and freedom in their life that I've been able to find in mine. Our goal is to promote a different way of thinking, a thinking that will minimize bias, help us to love more, and help us to label less. We would love for you to join us on a journey of love without labels. Hey everybody, I'm Mark.
I'm Caleb.
And I'm Josh.
We want to thank you guys for watching today. We really appreciate your support. If you have topics you would like to see covered in future videos, or if you have specific thoughts about this video, please comment below, or you can send us an email. You'll find our email address in our bio.
I want to say thank you so much to our patrons. All of this is possible because of you guys, so thank you so much for that. If you guys would like to become a patron, the link is in the video as well as in the bio.
If you guys liked today's video, please like and subscribe it. And if you want to be notified next time we release a video, click the notification button. Again, we want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.